Now we've heard about it before. There are some places in this world where if you go there, you will never come back. And that's exactly what happened to these poor people. But what we haven't heard about is what happened to their eyes. They turned completely black. This story is a mystery, even for the scientists. There have been numerous instances where people disappeared from our planet without leaving any trace behind. Some of them have left behind a few answers. Others, well, they haven't. There are thousands of theories around these missing persons, but sometimes the truth lies behind the most unexpected corners. In today's video, we'll talk about a case so mysterious that it still haunts investigators even after years. Explorers whose eyes turned black. A scary movie, right? Well, stick with us till the end to find out everything about this incident. Welcome back to the channel. Grab some popcorn as we take you through this journey. Now let's get started. On August 23, 1948, an event occurred in which a group of experienced and enthusiastic explorers were working on an important project when they vanished into thin air, leaving behind only their blackened eyes staring vacantly into the sky. This strange occurrence was not accompanied by any other signs of violence, foul play, or distress. Their disappearance was nothing short of a miracle, leaving behind more questions than answers. In the desolate landscape of northern Canada, a team of 5 explorers set out on a journey to investigate the uncharted areas of the vast region. The group consisted of seasoned outdoorsmen who were well equipped for the challenges of the terrain. Among them was Gerald Gallick, the leader of the expedition, along with Joseph B. Robert, Hugh M. Webster, Harold J. Cartier, and Thomas A. Niblock. The team had spent several days navigating the rugged wilderness when they reached a remote area known as Great Slave Lake. It was here that their harrowing ordeal began. As they continued their exploration, the men encountered dense bush, thick undergrowth, and steep ravines that made their progress slow and treacherous. However, they pressed on, determined to uncover the mysteries that lay ahead. But then came a moment that would change everything. In the midst of their exploration, the men stumbled upon a sight that sent chills down their spines. Before them lay a clearing that was strangely devoid of trees. This open space, unlike the rest of the forest they had traversed, was unsettlingly barren. What made this discovery even more eerie was its resemblance to a scene they had witnessed before, an ominous sign they had seen in a dream. As they stood in the unnerving silence of the tree-less clearing, a profound sense of unease settled over the explorers. The atmosphere was heavy with an inexplicable dread that seemed to emanate from the very core of the earth. In that moment, they realized they were not alone. An unseen presence seemed to watch them from the shadows, and fear gripped their hearts. In a desperate attempt to escape the suffocating tension, the men fled, each trampling over the underbrush as they raced away from the clearing. They stumbled and fell, but quickly regained their feet, driven by the primal instinct of survival. As they ran, the sound of their own breathing echoed in their ears, a haunting soundtrack to their flight from the unknown. But their terror was far from over. As they looked back, they saw something that froze their blood. Emerging from the trees behind them was a dark, hulking shape that seemed to be gaining on them. Its form was indistinct, like a shadow given life, and its presence filled them with an overwhelming sense of dread. With renewed urgency, the explorers pushed themselves beyond their limits, their muscles burning and lungs aching. Yet the dark shape seemed relentless, its presence looming ever closer. In their desperate flight, they stumbled upon a lake, its surface offering a glimmer of hope. Without hesitation, they jumped into the icy water, seeking refuge from their pursuer. As they struggled to keep their heads above the water, the explorers watched in disbelief as the dark shape approached the lake's edge and then vanished from sight. Gasping for breath, they clung to each other, shaken by the horrifying experience they had just endured. After recovering from their ordeal, the explorers decided to press on to Great Slave Lake, hoping to find safety and solace there. However, as they journeyed, a deep sense of foreboding followed them. Their dreams continued to plague them, their sleep filled with visions of a mysterious, all-consuming darkness. Despite the chilling premonitions, The team pressed on, driven by the hope of reaching their destination. As they neared Great Slave Lake, their anxiety grew. The vast expanse of water stretched before them, and they could not shake off the feeling that they were being watched. Upon arriving at the lake, the men decided to stay for the night, setting up camp and preparing for bed. But sleep eluded them. Instead, they huddled around the fire, sharing stories and jokes to keep their spirits up. As the night wore on, they kept a close watch on the darkness that enveloped the camp, each shadow seeming to take on a menacing form. As dawn broke, the explorers awoke to a scene that filled them with both wonder and trepidation. The sky was ablaze with color, painting the canvas of the morning heavens with hues of orange, pink, and purple. However, this picturesque beauty was marred by the realization that they were still haunted by the chilling visions from their dreams. Determined to outrun the darkness that had become their constant companion, they packed up their camp and set off towards Great Slave Lake. But their journey was fraught with peril. The forest seemed to stretch endlessly before them, and the path ahead remained unclear. The oppressive atmosphere did little to lift their spirits, yet they pressed on, their steps echoing in the unnerving silence of the woods. After what felt like an eternity, they finally emerged into a vast clearing. And there before them lay Great Slave Lake in all its majesty. The sight of the shimmering water brought a surge of relief. At last, they had reached their destination. As the explorers made their way to the shore, their eyes caught sight of an astonishing spectacle. The lake was adorned with hundreds of white flowers that seemed to be dancing on the surface of the water. This enchanting scene offered a momentary respite from their harrowing journey. However, as they gazed upon the floral display, a sense of unease crept over them. The flowers, while beautiful, seemed strangely out of place. It was then that the explorers noticed something disturbing. Etched onto many of the flowers were cryptic symbols that they couldn't decipher. These markings were not natural and seemed to hold some kind of secret message. Driven by a mix of curiosity and apprehension, they decided to investigate further. Carefully, they began to examine the symbols, attempting to piece together their meaning. But as they delved deeper into the mystery, the inscriptions only seemed to become more cryptic and elusive. Suddenly, Joseph B. Robert, one of the explorers, let out a startled cry. His eyes had widened in horror as he had stumbled upon a symbol that chilled him to the bone. It was a symbol of death, a grim reminder of their perilous journey thus far. As panic threatened to consume him, his companions rushed to his side, their own fears growing with each passing moment. Together, they struggled to comprehend the significance of the macabre symbol, their minds racing with dark possibilities. In a desperate attempt to break the curse that seemed to be hanging over them, they decided to flee. But as they turned to run, they noticed something that froze them in their tracks. The forest behind them had vanished. In its place was a wall of impenetrable darkness that seemed to reach out and devour the world. Trapped and terrified, they found themselves in the heart of an ancient burial ground where malevolent spirits roamed. The explorers were in grave danger, and their fate hung precariously in the balance. But then, something truly terrifying happened. The explorers' eyes began to turn black, as if their souls were being sucked into the abyss. They screamed in agony and clawed at their sockets, but it was no use. Their fate was sealed. And so the tale of the explorers whose eyes turned black serves as a haunting reminder of the mysteries that lie dormant in our world, waiting to be uncovered by those who dared to venture into the unknown. Their tragic end is a testament to the unforgiving nature of the wilderness and the thin veil that separates us from the realm of the supernatural. While the disappearance of these explorers remains a perplexing enigma, their story continues to captivate and terrify, leaving us to ponder the boundaries of human endurance and the chilling secrets that lie hidden in the darkest corners of our planet. What do you think about this case? Let us know in the comment section below. We hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to stay tuned for more videos like this. And don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.